All right, Gemini, this is all about you. This is your weekly oracle and tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. Welcome, Mr. Schwarzenegger, to the conversation. This is, I'm on location, so this is not my normal environment. But Gemini, this is for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, wherever Gemini energy influences your natal chart or influences your life. So even if you're dealing with a Gemini, pull up a chair because this reading you're going to want to hear. There's always an extended reading. It is a full tarot card spread where I go in depth into the themes that we pick up here. You get a really personalized reading, and you always get the full romantic reading. So if you're looking for love and romance predictions, that's in the link below as well. Now, if you're not subscribed already, please do subscribe to the channel. I do a brand new Gemini specific video every single week. So if you subscribe to the channel, you can ring that bell and you can get the uploads. You can get notified when I upload all the new content. So Gemini, let me take this off. Let me prepare myself, Gemini. I was just complimenting you guys at what exceptional listeners you are. What exceptional listeners you are. I see. Nope. What is this? Okay. All right. Take a leap. Take the lead. No. So this is your crowning energy. And what this card means, Gemini, is when it's in reverse, is that you are ready to take root. You're ready to, I don't want to say settle down, but it's almost like you know yourself extremely well and you've made a decision. One that will have long-term, I don't want to say ramifications, but one that will last long term. There's sort of a certainty about this energy that is going for a long time. Now, the sky's the limit of what it can be applied to. It could be applied to marriage. It could be applied to buying a house. It could be applied to not just taking a job, but choosing a career. This is a sense of your roots flourishing. So even if something hasn't completely sprung up yet, you have an overwhelming confidence in its prospects, in where things are going, which means there's a lot of not just hopefulness, there's faith as well as conviction that things will work out or work the way that you are intending them to work. So I wouldn't say there's manipulation. I would say there's tenacity in this energy. There's a decision, a conscious decision to make something work come hell or high water, like taking root. Whenever I see this card, I think of that scene from Lord of the Rings when the Ents were flooding Saruman's castle. And they literally just rooted themselves into the ground so that the floods washed everything away except them. Like even the flood water couldn't, the roots were so deep. They just dug in and they waited it out. So that's this energy of digging in and waiting it out. And I think that the energy behind digging in and waiting it out is knowing that you can, really believing that A, this is worth doing this for, and B, you will survive. And there's a reason to survive the flood. There is a conviction of, I deserve this, or I know how much this matters. So there's a tremendous sense of, I will get this done and it will be done this way. As well as a decision and an underlying faith in, this is worth it to me. So let's see what other energies is coming out for you. Reclaim your power. So this is really about taking back what is yours. Things that have been lost or denied to you. things that have, I'm almost feeling like that you really do feel something has unjustly been perpetrated, executed, or like, I mean, like, let's go back to the opening metaphor. The Ents were disgusted. They didn't want to they didn't want to become part of the war. They were happy to stay out of it until they saw how the trees and the forests were starting to be degraded and be destroyed. And that's when they finally realized, no, we have to do something about this, because it touched them at the root of who they are. So this is definitely something at the root of who you are, where you feel that you have been attacked, or you feel like you have had something taken from you. So at the very root of who you are, you feel like it's been denied to you. And so you're taking it back. You're taking this stand, and you're allowing yourself to take root so that you can like grow and be nurtured, and refuse to give up that place, your space on this earth, to anybody else, for anybody else. There's a sense of this deep consuming urge to just rip the living crap out of somebody if they try to go anywhere near what you know is owed to you. I'm also picking up this energy of seeing. Seeing eyes. There's eyes here. No. I was going to say seeing something for the first time, recognizing it for the first time, or letting yourself be seen. Now we have embrace the in-between. This is Libra energy. This is the flood. That's what this is. This is the energy of, it could go both ways, or it could go either way, or interesting, I said it could go both ways. There could be a decision that you're making between two different extremes or two different options. Now that could be two different people, right? That could be two different sexes, maybe making a decision. This could also be a sense of enjoying this ambiguity and finding yourself more in the ambiguity than on either one of the sides. So you're planting root, you're planting yourself, you're taking root in the in-between, not because you don't have conviction. You have an incredible amount of conviction, but it's almost like you're realizing, but I don't belong on either one of the sides. I don't want to have to choose. Not choosing is actually more sincere to who I am. Being able to see both sides of the situation, being able to love two different people at the same time, or want to, or have an interest in two different people at the same time. There is a sense of this, the ambiguous space is something that you feel extremely comfortable in, because that ambiguous space is the here and the now, and the living in the moment, and not necessarily choosing one way or the other. Does that mean that you're not taking root? No. It means that you're awakening to the idea of, you know what? I take back my power by not letting you force me up against the wall and force me into a decision that I don't want to have to make. I'm actually happy right here, and this is where I'm taking root. And if you're not happy about it, that's your problem, but I don't want to have to decide. I like being here. I like being in this ambiguous territory. I like it. I like having more than one option. It makes me feel like I'm not blocked in. It's fun. Now, Sandpiper is upside down, and that's usually when things are deep, or getting pulled down deep, or that something is under the surface that has to be uncovered. So this is a sense of peeking your head under the water to see what the heck is going on. You're definitely not playing around. That's usually what this energy means, is you're not messing around. You're ready to screw your courage to the sticking place. You've made a decision, and you're sticking to it, and you're standing by it. And this is your energy. Sandpiper energy is definitely your energy. Playful and fun, but this is I'm not messing around. I'm not fooling around. You know, if I decide not to decide, or if I decide to be with two people at the same time, or if I decide I'm not kidding. I'm not. I know you think I'm kidding, or you think I'm just being a prick by making a decision to not make a decision, but I don't want to make a decision. I'm not messing around. I'm actually happy the way things are now. I want things both ways. Kind of energy. I'm like, all right, go on, Gemini. So this is, no, this is the card. So this is trust in the great mystery. So don't expect the answers and don't want the answers. This is the energy of 6 + 5 is awakening. So Gemini, this is not expecting the answers, not even asking the questions to get answers. This is just trusting in the here and the now and the moment. And this is also, once again, a card of great emotional depth. So it proves that this isn't about you being shallow. It's about you being honest, maybe for the first time in your life, about what is really important to you, and just diving in, taking the plunge. Something is very important to you. There is definitely something that you won't budge on. I honestly think maybe something is coming to the surface, like something's coming up for air, or something's finally been realized, because it's almost like in this case, this whale is breaching. So he's been down low, he's been down, and now he finally gets to take a breath of air. Almost like knowing that breath of air is coming, like knowing, seeing the light at the surface of the water, knowing that it's not that far away, you know, and feeling that relaxation coming over you, knowing that you're not kind of forced into this dark space that you can't stand. Be here now, more Libra energy, finding a real sense of truth and balance, and really enjoying the view. There is something so honeysuckle sweet about this card. It's almost like something is really sweet. There's a sweetness to this moment that you don't want to end. If you could, you would stay here forever. Nothing is wasted. This is 6 + 3 is the energy of 9. This is the treasure in the trash heap card. Finding a way to make something work that nobody else can. You know, it's almost like, I'll take that plot of land. Nobody else wants it. All right, but I'll figure out how to do something with it, and then you're going to want it, but you're not going to be able to get it because it's mine. So this is a sense of really turning the situation around. And maybe that's if you're pissing people off, maybe that's why, because you found a way to make this circumstance work for you. I really do feel events turning around because you found a way to make things work for you, and that's not the way it was supposed to go. But because you committed yourself to feeling comfortable in the ambiguity, you were able to find the beauty in it. And because you found the beauty in it, other people are now seeing the beauty in it, and they want a little bit of the piece. But it's your fucking pie. Who says you're sharing? Truth transcends illusion. This is Aquarius energy. So you got a lot of air energy here. It's like the air grand trine right in front of me, Gemini. And there is this sense of being liberated from a shell that somebody else wants to wrap you in. And knowing that you don't have to define yourself, because not defining yourself is your truth. But there also a sense of it's interesting how you're rooting yourself for the future by not making any decisions. Like, you've decided your worth, you've decided your value, and you've decided who you are. That's what you've rooted yourself in. That's how you've rooted yourself. And it's really the only way you can root yourself in the air. And you've found a way to root yourself in the air by basically allowing and connecting to all these different particles around you. This is Aquarius energy. So I don't know if something is coming out about an Aquarius. This is what I heard in my head, that you could have been dealing with somebody that really was just not for you. And eventually what ended up happening is there's some Aquarius or a Libra that's coming into your life and making you feel like, oh my God, Like, this is what it was supposed to be with that other person, or this is what it was supposed to be with that other opportunity. And now this is exactly where I want to be. And where you want to be is, we're not going to put a name on this. We're not going to put a title on this. We're just going to see how this goes. And you finally found somebody that will work for. Now, grounding your energy is a new start, and take time out. Trust in the magic. Wow, 669. This is interesting. So this is also Aquarius energy. It's brand new beginning. It's starting, not even starting all over. It's something brand new. It's almost like a brand new you. Like, you've shed the need to be anything but yourself, and now you're only yourself. But it's also a brand new start on something that you're extremely defensive about. In other words, you are extremely defensive about this new start. This is Mama Bear protective energy. This is very heavy energy, but it's defensive energy. And it's, I'm going to protect my new beginning as if it were my new baby. I am going to protect my right to live the way that I want to live as if I were protecting my child. And it is this energy that is this conviction that is grounding you, and also making other people take you seriously. Because I think sometimes, you know, they don't take you seriously, but they know that you're serious about this. Hold on, I want to flip the camera around. So it's a pretty straightforward reading, and you have a lot of like full circle energy of really honing in and understanding. I also feel like there's this full circle of almost sort of being exonerated by being yourself, by people seeing that, no, this is just you. This is just who you are. Take me or leave me, but this is what I am. There is a sense of people actually having more respect for that. I think that you're not fucking around anymore with people who don't allow you to be who you are. But you know what the interesting thing is, Gemini? It's because you took yourself more seriously. It's because you finally found the conviction to stand up for, you know, it's almost like you weren't paying attention to what other people were saying about you. Like, let them say whatever they want to say, who cares? But then all of a sudden, it just sort of like really dug into you. And you're like, no, they're not allowed to do that. This is about deciding to care, deciding to show up and get into people's faces to let them know that you're serious about what you're talking about. You're serious about this stuff that matters to you. You're not allowing people to just brush you off and sort of relegate you to a corner somewhere, or dismiss you out of the room. You're like, no. This is who I am. I'm not fooling around. I'm not playing around. And in doing so, it's almost like you're opening people's minds to the idea that there isn't just two choices. There isn't just two extremes. There is other options. And you're the one that saw them first. I'm going to go into this reading deeper with tarot. Please join me. And then your romance reading is over there too. We're going to pull out some more specifics and details about these potential circumstances, because there are many different scenarios. Okay, Gemini, the link is below. I'll see you guys over there.